Yo, 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 what it is, people, we is back. Another day on Keep It G News. And then I gotta address the situation real quick before I go to work, man. So make sure I hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new. And this is about a YouTuber named Nick Shirley. Now look, right? I've been vocal on previous videos about how I'm against these outsiders coming into our community with cameras out. They're almost treating us like a science project. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what we going through ain't real. And it's not entertainment. Like, a lot of these videos that these people recording, they're recording for entertainment purposes. Or they say they're recording it for purposes of educational purposes. Yeah, but this is people real life. This is people real life. It's not a game. And you know, and it's a complex issue. A lot of these issues aren't really complicated, but they make it complicated because their inability to try to fix it. But what these outsiders try to do is they try to come into our neighborhoods and exploit us. You feel me? Now, it was a time in life that I remember when I was coming up there, yo, you couldn't come to the neighborhood with no camera and record nothing. You feel me? People would literally tell you to come, bring the cameras, do everything, you know, set the whole play up, and you'll get there and the cameras will be taken and you'll be rolled out. You understand? That's how it used to go. But now we live in a world of clout and clout chasing, and you got a lot of times where these people in our community will allow these outsiders to come to the community recording, you know, recording crimes. A lot of people that got locked up because of this. Some people that lost their life because of this. And I've talked about this when it comes down to black people doing it, like on the couch TV, and people like Nick Shirley. I even got on Brandon Buckingham for it, but me and Brandon Buckingham had a conversation. And from what I see, he's moving different based off the conversation that we had, so I gotta respect it. But Nick Shirley was in Baltimore. I don't even know when this video was put out. But he came to Baltimore for the purposes of, you know, highlighting the opioid epidemic. And he was escorted out.
We see you. We see you. We want you out of here. I don't want you here making up anything for your social influences to try to attack more people. If you want to see fraud, go to Fells Point, go to Hamden. Stop targeting us. Stop targeting us. It's not about fentanyl, because you could go to the doctors who started the opioid crisis. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go to the source instead of trying to harass the people who are out here just trying to live? Because you have an agenda, and I'm not interested in your agenda. And I'm going to let everybody know that you're here, so nobody will talk to you.
Now, what prompted this video was I was on Instagram, and I commented on this video. Shout out to CEO Black, 92Q, because I got this off his page. I don't know who originally recorded it. But I commented 100 emojis, and the dude responded talking about, yo, you care more about racism than this. And I'm like, yo, what is you talking about? Like, yo, do people not understand the reason why black people are so hated or feared, and not just America, but all across the world? And it was all due to exploitation. You know, black people have been exploited for years, you know, since the 60s, ever since they killed our leaders, ever since they killed the Malcolm X's and the Black Panther Party. And there's been exploitation campaign, a propaganda campaign ran on black people where they only highlight the negative. Now, do we got a drug problem in our community? Yes. Do we got a violent problem in our community? Yes. But it's drugs and violence in a lot of communities. And it's not all strictly pertaining to black people. But for some reason, they always want to highlight the ills of our community and try to make the small percentage of the people that's involved in criminality, the small percentage of people that's using drugs daily, you know, that's addicted to drugs, they rather focus on them than the bigger percentage of people that go to work every day and take care of their kids and take care of their responsibility. Because, newsflash, there's way more people in our community that go to work every day than it is outside hustling on the corners. But if I build a perception or show y'all videos and movies and put it in rap lyrics of black ignorance or black people just focusing on the wrong things or selling drugs or using drugs, and I can convince you that this is all of them. I can convince you that these people are undesirable. I can convince you that these people aren't needed. I can convince you that when I sentence these people to, you know, a sentence of 15-year-old or 14-year-old or 16-year-old to 50 years in prison off a mistake, then I can convince you that it's okay. And it will be overlooked. You understand? So, I'm always going to be against bringing the cameras into our neighborhood and treating this like this is a experiment. Because it's not an experiment, it's people's real life. And I've been talking about this for the longest time, so I just decided, you know what, it's time to do a video on this, man, because I don't think people truly get it. It's amazing to me, the amount of people who don't understand why this is frowned upon and why this is not needed. It's not needed because they only do it to us. They have not, I have never seen a page get to 1 million subscribers and they focus on the trailer park.
100,000 registered sex offenders in the United States. Their victims carry that trauma for life. But is there a solution to stop it before it happens? Tonight, we want to focus on those sex offenders and the search for solutions. We take you to a place in the center of St. Pete dubbed Pervert Park, a trailer park that only houses convicted sex offenders.
Exposed her to some things that she should not have been exposed to.
Bill Fury is a registered Pinellas County sex offender. His crime, sexually abusing his girlfriend's 13-year-old daughter 25 years ago.
I had this fetish, obsession, compulsion, whatever you want to call it, with women's underwear. And I was wrapped up in that one night when my girlfriend's daughter came into the room.
Fury says he was touching himself when she walked in, and he didn't stop. After serving time in prison for his crime, he moved here to the Palace Mobile Home Park in St. Pete, first sharing his story publicly in a documentary called Pervert Park. He says he was molested as a child by several people, parents and babysitters. But he says that's no excuse for what he did. Bill now runs this park that's home to about 120 registered sex offenders, convicted rapists, child sex abusers, and child pornography addicts.
Because it's drugs in the trailer park community just as well as it's drugs in the black community. Might be even more. Like the same footage or the same point you're trying to prove by going into our communities and highlighting the ills, you can go to the motherfucking trailer park and highlight the same. But nobody wants to do that because they don't want their people shown in this light. They don't want their people shown to this magnitude. So like I said, exploitation has been a thing in the black community for the longest time, And I actually just saw a video from the Baltimore History Channel where goes back into the 70s where Newport was going into our community giving out free cigarettes.
This was the scene outside the Murphy Homes high-rise public housing complex yesterday when this van pulled up and began distributing free cigarettes.
There you go. Oh, no. Buddy, please, no picture. Is it illegal? No picture, please. No picture.
You with the company here, right?
Let me see it.
What's the problem?
Huh?
What's the problem?
What you doing, man? Man, don't take the picture. Man, they don't want to hear that, man. Man. What you do that for, man? See, you didn't do that, man.
But once the employees of Lorillard, makers of Newport and other brands, saw our cameras, they stopped giving out the samples. And that made many in the crowd angry with us. So angry, we had to leave.
It's killing us. It's killing us. But they're going to give it to us free. And we're going to run to it. There's no doubt because we're looking at something free.
Lorillard company officials were not available to comment about the reasons they target poor communities to give away free samples. But American Lung Association officials say it's an act of desperation.
You have 434,000 deaths a year. You have 1.5 million people who are quitting smoking a year. And therefore, you've got an industry that is struggling to make profits and to keep the profit level high.
And there's something else at work. Even cigarette company executives admit that in tough economic times like these, people smoke more cigarettes and drink more alcohol, especially in hard-hit areas like the inner city.
Now, for the people that don't know how cigarettes even blew up the way it did, is because they lied about the health issues that come along with smoking cigarettes. But in this video, I just showed y'all, they got active representations of the cigarette industry. I don't know if it was Newport, Cool, whoever it was, that actually drove into our neighborhoods and gave them away for free. Gave them away for free. I wonder how many other black communities they did this to. I wonder if they did this to any white communities. Where's the video of them doing it to the white community? And at the time, you see the news was recording, they ain't want to give out cigarettes no more. So it lets you know that they was doing this under false pretenses. It lets you know that they was trying to be sneaky, cutthroat, conniving in the way that they was doing these in these predatory practices. But I didn't want to make this video too long. I probably made it too long already. But I just wanted to highlight, salute to this lady who did what she needed to do and escorted Nick Shirley off the premises, because Nick Shirley whole YouTube page for the most part is built around black ignorance.
So right now, you got this massive gun on you. What is this called?
ARP. I don't know how it's coming.
Whoa. And now after your brother got shot, how do you feel about gun violence? Are you ready for the gun violence to stop? Or?
Hell no.
Now, we living in a world now, like I said, clout is king and everybody is chasing, especially in Chicago. And what y'all just watched was him in Chicago highlighting gang culture. Highlighting gang culture. And these guys are so stupid. It's just crazy to me, yo, that people is willing to allow an outsider to do these things. And most times they won't even allow a black person to walk them same streets without being pressed. You know, without asking what hood you from. You understand? But you allow this guy who come in there with a camera, maybe he pays them, maybe he don't. You know, and show y'all in the most unfavorable light imaginable. And it's ultimately either going to end the indictment, or you're going to say something about an opposing side, and it's going to end up in beef, and somebody going to end up murdered. It's nothing positive that comes from these videos. Everybody know what's going on. I think we got a long history of exploitation that shows people exactly what's going on in the black community. How about we start showing people how to fix it? But let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments. It's another day of Keep It G News, and I'm out.